Disclaimer: all the contents published in this channel is meant for educational and entertainment purposes. All the information whatever you see in this YouTube channel are based on collections from various reliable sources like newspapers, TV news channels, websites, online educating platforms, etc. This channel doesn't intend to hurt the sentiments of any viewer and does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All the decision, choices, interactions, likes, comments, etc. are the responsibility of the viewers. I will neither bear the responsibility of any decision, choices, interactions taken by any person, any viewer, nor of any positive negative outcomes relying upon the information provided in my videos.
Hey all, welcome to my channel. I'm Sukir. I make videos on objective general studies. You may pause your video and try to attend each and every questions without knowing the answers, so that you can measure yourself how much knowledge you do know about the present scenarios which are happening in India as well as worldwide. My videos are focusing on the government exams like PSC, UPSC, SSCs, so that you won't miss any general studies questions and will try to get 10% marks in the general studies for the upcoming examinations. So come, let's learn. International Shooting Sports Federation IASSF World Cup 3 was held in which country? It was held in Munich, Germany, 2019, 24th to 31st May. International Shooting Sports Federation IASSF World Cup 4 will be held in which country? It will be held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. How many working groups has been formed by CBIC to facilitate exports, especially through e-commerce, and improve compliance by way of curbing tax evasion? CBIC is Central Bureau of Indirect Tax and Customs. And how many working groups has been formed? That was 3. Who won FIH World Women's Series 2019, final of which was held in June 2019? FIH means Federation of International International Hockey Federation, and the winners was us Indians, who beat the host Japan. At which place did Pradhan Mantri launch Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana on September 12 on all age pension scheme for all land holding small and marginal farmers? It was launched in Ranchi, Jharkhand. Who headed the 6-member panel which was set up on May 29, which reviewed the current market operations and recommended policy interventions for housing loan securitization? It was Harshvardhan. Who is the current Union Commerce and Industry Ministry of India? It is Piyush Goyal. ISRO and which organization has signed an agreement on selection of crew for training for Gaganyaan program? It was Indian Air Force. Who was the first woman DGP of India who passed away recently? It was Kanjan Chowdhury Bhattacharya. Guys, remember it has a sure chance of coming in the examinations. Who won gold at the World Badminton Championship 2019? PV Sindhu beating Nozomi Okuhara of Japan. RBI has asked all scheduled commercial banks with more than how many branches to appoint internal ombudsman, IO or internal ombudsman? So the scheduled commercial banks with more than 10 branches are asked to appoint internal ombudsman, but the regional rural banks are excluded from this list. Which state government has launched the first phase of 100 crore Sweet Revolution scheme? It was Jharkhand, and the CM of Jharkhand is Raghubar Das. Who is the head of the RBI Committee on Secondary Market in Corporate Loans, which submitted its reports to RBI recently? It was TM Manoharan. Which are the members of Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, commonly known as Quad? They are United States, Japan, Australia, and India. 4 coding, we can remember it as UJAI. UJAI. U stands for US, Japan J, Australia A, India I. Who is the Indian footballer who became the most capped footballer, surpassing the former Indian captain Bhaji Bhuria? It is none other than Sunil Chhetri. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was honored with Order of Zaid, the highest civilian award of which country? We know it, that is UAE. The Asian Hockey Federation is the governing body for the sport of field hockey in Asia. Where is its headquarters located in? It is located in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. When was CEO Peace Prize established? It was established in 1990. Who is the current CM of UP? Who was in news for Uttar Pradesh state government exchequer has been paying the income tax of all chief ministers and ministers since 1981. It is none other than Yogi Adityanath. Biasia, the annual Life Science Conference hosted by Telangana government, which was held on February 25th to 27th, in which state it was hosted. Biasia was held at Hyderabad. The Reserve Bank of India has initiated Financial Literacy Week from June 3 to 7, 2019. Who became the first player in the world to hit 500 sixes in international cricket? It is none other than, of no doubt, it is Chris Gayle. The theme of World Ocean Day that was observed on June 8, 2019 is Gender and the Ocean. What is the currency of Macedonia, who became the 30th member of NATO? NATO is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is Macedonian dinar. Which country has approved the proposal to name Siamese fighting fish as national aquatic animal? It is Thailand. Savarkar, Echoes from the Pocket Past 1883 to 1924 is a book written which is released in August, authored by Vikram Sampath. DCB Bank Limited is a private sector scheduled commercial bank in India, which is the headquarters of DCB. Where is the headquarters of DCB Bank Limited located? It is in Mumbai. SDDS is an international monetary fund standard to guide member countries in dissemination of national statistics to the public. What does SDDS stand for? It is Special Data Dissemination Standard. Which of the following countries has launched the world first sovereign blue bond, a financial instrument designed to support sustainable marine and fisheries projects? It is blue bond for it. Of no doubt, it is Seychelles. NSFR, liquidity coverage ratio are the significant components of the base reforms. What does NSFR stand for? It is net stable funding ratio. NSFR. Which country will be hosting 2023 Football Asia Cup? What is it? China. In a big relief to home buyers, and GST Council of February 24 /tax rates on under construction flats and affordable housing, the GST on under construction house properties without input tax credit has been reduced to how much percentage? That is 1% now. Which state government has launched the port ambulance service to ferry patients to hospitals in remote areas cut off by rivers? It is Odisha. That's a great initiative. Which of the following NGO from India has backed the United Nations Equator Prize for the year 2019? It is NGO, so Deccan Development Society. Indian origin personality who has been appointed as the UN Women Deputy Executive Director is Anna Bhatia, who has been designated as the guest of honor at 33rd Feria International Libro di Gaudalaraja International Book Fair in Mexico. The National Book Trust announced recently that it was India. Who was elected as the president of El Salvador? Nayib Bukele. Who was the first women officer, Indian Air Force wing commander, to become the flight commander of a flying unit? Shalisa Dhami. In May 2016, India, Iran, and Afghanistan agreed to establish a transport corridor among the three countries using Chhabur Port as a regional hub for sea transportation. When was the first phase of Chhabur Port inaugurated? It was in 2017, December 3rd, 2017. GST Council expanded the scope of affordable housing to those housing up to how much percentage or how much rupees or how much lakhs, and measuring 60 square meters in metro and 90 square meters in non-metro cities. It was costing up to 45 lakhs. The Medical Health Department of Dash was conferred with the World Health Organization Tobacco Control Award for 2019 in recognition of its achievements in the field of tobacco control. It is for Rajasthan. The Reserve Bank of India has initiated the process to set up a digital PCR. What is a full form of PCR? PCR is Public Credit Registry. At which position India ranked among the world's most innovative countries according to Bloomberg 2019 Innovative Index? India has been ranked at 54. Ravan, Enemy of Aryabhatta is a book written by Amish Tripathi. He has been the author of The Oath of Vaiputras, the Shiva Betrayal, the Sita, like that. Indian American, a Democrat from Washington DC, set a record by becoming the first South Asian American woman to become or to preside over the U.S. House of Representatives as a temporary speaker. Yes, it is Pramila Jayapal. Which of the following states has launched pink Saturday vehicles for the safety of women passengers? Pink Saturday vehicle, it was launched in Karnataka. Dash has become the world's richest female musician according to Forbes magazine with an estimated fortune of $600 million. Rihanna. Which city was named as the world capital of architecture for 2020 by UNESCO? Brazil. Rio de Janeiro. India's first toll-free national club helpline, named Smile Green Indian Club Helpline, launched by Smile Green India on National Club Day, when is National Club Day observed February 8th. What is the name of world's lightest satellite, which is launched from Sriharikota, weighs only 1.26 kg? It is Kalamsat V2. Kisan Vikas Fund is a savings scheme available at India's post office in the form of certificate. What is the interest rate offered on Kisan Vikas Patra? It is 7.7%. That has been re-elected as the president of the Federation of the International Football Association (FIFA), a global governing body of football till 2023. It is Gianni Infantino. John Mulcahy exercise Minefield 2019 with India and Thailand is being conducted at foreign training node Umroi in which state from 2019 from 2016 to 29th is in September. The Umroi is in Meghalaya. Reserve Bank of India has released 3 more banks from PCA framework, allowing them to resume their normal lending activities. What does PCA stand for? P stands for P in PCA framework. P is prompt corrective action, P for prompt. Sampriti 2019 is an important bilateral defense cooperation in India and is scheduled to be held at Tamkil this year. Sampriti 2019 is joint military exercise between India and which country? India and Bangladesh. Tangail is in Bangladesh. That has been awarded for harnessing journalism to give voice to voiceless, which is also known as Asia's equivalent of the Nobel Prize. It is Ravish Kumar of NDTV. That led Indian delegation at 2019 G20 Ministerial meeting on trade and digital economy in Japan. It is Piyush Goyal. India on 26th Feb successfully test-fired a quick reaction surface to air missile 12 SAT from a test range off the coast of Chandipur, in which state Chandipur is located. Chandipur is located in Odisha. India on 26 February successfully tested quick reaction surface to air missile from a test range off the coast of Chandipur, in which state Chandipur coast is located. It is in Odisha. National Book Trust is an autonomous organization under the Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development, who is appointed as its new chairman. It is Govind Prasad Sharma. Where is headquarters of UNESCO located? It is in Paris. Which small finance bank has launched Kisan Suvidha loan for small and marginal farmers? It is Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. The design of the National War Museum has a layout comprising of 4 chakras, which are the 4 chakras: Amar, Raksha, Virta and Tyag. As per 2019 Passport Index, Indian passport has steadily strengthened its position and jumped from 77th position in 2015 to 67th position in 2019. How many countries now allow visa-free entry to Indian passport holders? It is 25 countries. Sanjita Chanu is related to which sport? Weightlifting. Who is the governor of Jammu and Kashmir? Satyapal Malik. Who will be the head of RBI 5-member committee on digital payments? Nandan Nilekani. It has been in news from months. A week-long exercise 27th May 2019 to 4th June 2019 between the Dash and Indian Air Force Kharga Prahar successfully conducted in Japan. Kharga Prahar is a military exercise between Indian Air Force and Indian Army. Which country has developed the world's first floating nuclear power plant FNPP? Russia. The Adi Mahotsav National Tribal Festival has been celebrated polo ground in Leh Ladakh. Which company has secured artificial intelligence startup Kind.io for an undisclosed amount? It is Swiggy. That has become the first women IAS pilot to become fully operational by day on a Hawk advanced jet aircraft. Mohana Singh. Which country's central bank has been creating a new RTGS dollar, attempting to ease a cash crunch that has been overwhelming the economy and plunged millions deep into poverty? It was the country Zimbabwe. The theme for 14th edition of Agriculture Science Congress 2019 was Innovations for Agriculture Transformation. In which city was the Congress held? New Delhi. Which state has become the first state in the country to have released a special dog squad to detect liquor consignments? It was in Bihar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated National Art Memorial, which is sprawled over 40 acres and built at a cost of rupees 176 crore. In which city it is located? New Delhi. Short documentary Period End of Excellence has won the Best Documentary Short Subject Award at the Oscar 2019. What is the name of its Indian producer? It is Kunil Monga. Name the newly launched dashboard by Minister of Railways and Courts, Sri Piyush Goyal, for encompassing all digitization efforts in India and promoting transparency and accountability. Who launched dashboard? It is Railway. Formerly called the Cyclone Man, he is now the Chief Director General of Indian Meteorological Department for the period of 5 years. It is Mrityunjay Mohapatra. The NAS is a Government of India funded agency established in 1990. Is a research platform in field of crop husbandry, animal husbandry, fisheries, agroforestry. What is first A in NAS stand for? NAS specifically stands for National Academy of Agricultural Science. So here first A stands for Academy. Which movie has been crowned Best Picture at the 91st Academy Award in ceremony held at Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California? Best Picture, Green Book. Which payment aggregator system launched by Indian Rail Catering and Tourism Corporation, IRCTC, to promote Government Digital India Initiative? That is IRCTC iPay. Thank you. That's all for now. Watch it again and learn it. Stay tuned. My videos are coming. Bye bye.